Good evening, Carbon County. Thank you for joining us for this month's provider workshop featuring licensed professional counselor Joanne Reints. This evening, we're going to take a little bit different approach to our typical provider workshops, and we are going to be presenting a topic titled Grief During the Holidays. Going into the holiday season can be particularly challenging for individuals who have lost a loved one, and so we wanted to bring this special edition to you in December. And so with that, welcome Joanne Reints.
Thank you, Stephanie. As Stephanie said, we're going to talk about grief during the holidays. There are many ways we experience loss, and today I'm going to share information that is helpful when you are experiencing death of a loved one or a friend. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's days can be very difficult holidays for people who have experienced the death of a loved one. Memories serve as constant reminders of that loss. Watching others celebrate can be painful and overwhelming. The first step in coping with grief during the holidays is acknowledging that the holiday season is difficult. You can prepare for it by making specific plans and obtaining the support you need. Remember too that sometimes anticipation of a holiday is difficult too, as well as the day itself. Nothing can ease the sorrow that comes with knowing the holidays will never be the same, but there are some things you and your family can do to help you cope. Enjoy your time together and honor the deceased loved one during the holidays. I've put together some information to help cope with this difficult time. Set realistic expectations for yourself. Decide if you can still handle past responsibilities and expectations. Examine the tasks and events of celebrating and ask yourself if you want to continue them. Accept others' help to cook, shop, decorate, or do activities. This is not the time for big expectations. Feelings of grief ebb and flow. You may feel upbeat and energetic one moment and overwhelmingly sad and tired the next. It is time to be kind to yourself and to help others understand how you feel and what you need. Surround yourself with people who love and support you. Share your plans with family and friends and let them know of any changes in holiday routines. Memories can sometimes be a source of comfort to the bereaved, so share your memories by telling stories and looking at photo albums. Despite the temptation, try to avoid canceling the holiday. It's okay to avoid some circumstances that you don't feel ready to handle, but don't isolate yourself. You should be with people you enjoy, even if it's for a few moments. Ask a friend to go with you and stay only as long as you want to. Make some time for solitude, remembering and grieving, but balance it with planned social activities. Allow yourself to feel joy, sadness, anger, and allow yourself to grieve. It's important to recognize that every family member has his or her own unique grief experience. No one way is right or wrong. Experiencing joy and laughter during a time of grief does not mean you have forgotten your loved one, but can be a source of comfort. Draw comfort from doing for others. Consider giving a donation or a gift in memory of your loved one, or invite a guest who might otherwise be alone for the holidays. Some people adopt a needy family during the holiday season. Selfless giving can be a good source of healing. Take care of yourself. Avoid using alcohol to self-medicate your mood. Physical exercise is often an antidote for depression. Try to do some walking on a daily basis. Writing in a journal can be a good outlet for your grief. Give yourself permission to buy something just for you because you are important. Create a new tradition or ritual that accommodates your current situation. Some people find comfort by honoring traditions. while others find them unbearably painful. Discuss with your family what you want to include or exclude this year. This can make you feel connected to each other and to the loved one who died. Let me give you some examples of possible new traditions. Announce beforehand that someone different will carve the turkey. Or create a memory box. Fill it with photos of your loved one or memory notes from family members and friends. And ask the children to include drawings in the memory box. Or, if you're creative, make a decorative quilt or have a quilt made using favorite colors, symbols, pieces of clothing, fabric that remind you of the person who died. You can light a candle in honor of your loved one, or put a bouquet of flowers on your holiday table in memory of your loved one. Other people choose to visit the cemetery and decorate the memorial site. Have a moment of silence during a holiday toast to honor your loved one. Or place a commemorative ornament on the Christmas tree. Some people write poetry and write a poem about their loved one and read it during a holiday ritual. You could play your loved one's favorite music or a favorite game they like to play and play that together as a group. Or even plan a meal with your loved one's favorite food and everybody partake in that. The most important thing to remember, there is no right or wrong way to celebrate the holiday season after the death of a loved one. The best coping mechanism for the holiday season is to plan ahead, get support from others, and take it easy. When someone dies, there are often grieving children involved. Holidays can be very difficult for grieving children. Holidays can be both a reminder of the loss and of the pleasant memories of the person who died. Often, the anticipation of the holiday can be as difficult as the holiday itself. Plus, watching other children enjoy holidays deepens the void that a grieving child feels. It's important to involve children in the holiday planning. Let a bereaved child know in advance that he or she might experience some painful feelings during the holiday. Encourage them to talk about it. Planning in advance can make the event more tolerable. Slightly alter the old holiday rituals or even create new ones. If children feel a need to commemorate their loved one, offer to take them to visit to the cemetery or a special place that brings back positive memories of that person. Then there's the new year. How to face the new year. When we are grieving, it's hard enough to live each day as it comes. It can be daunting to face a whole new year stretching out in front of us. We may be fearful of what the new year might bring. We may worry whether or not we can handle any more challenges. As you encouragingly work through your grief, you may feel scared and lonely, and even if you long for the past, you can still open the door a crack to that new year. Here are a few ideas that might help you face the new year. Begin by getting needed rest. Grieving is emotionally draining, which has a physical toll. Consider talking to your doctor about how to rebuild yourself physically. Give yourself a mental rest. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations about yourself. Soothe yourself with music, prayer, uplifting literature, tears, and laughter. Find small practical ways to give yourself new pleasure. Or attend a support group or talk to friends and family members who can list and share the same memories you do. Seek spiritual support from a local minister or priest. Find courage to look into the future by living in the present, one day at a time. Do your very best to take care of yourself. Let's talk about how to help a grieving friend. To begin, be supportive of how the person chooses to approach the holidays. Gentle suggestions can be offered, but honor your friend's request once their choice is expressed. Offer to help decorate for the season. Decorating can evoke a lot of emotions and memories. Don't let your friend do this alone. They most likely want to keep decorations to a minimum. Honor their requests. Your presence will emphasize that you care for your friend and their loved one who died. Invite your friend to your home for the holiday. Your hospitality can keep the person from being alone during those important days and hours. Allow your friend the freedom to stay and leave at their own comfort level. Invite them to volunteer with you during the holiday season. Doing something for someone else, like helping serve food to the needy, working with children, collecting clothes and toys, helps put life in perspective. Selfless giving often promotes healing. Provide your friend with love, encouragement, and strength. This will help them to find the holidays will eventually feel like a season of celebration once again. As a grieving person, it is most likely you will not feel like doing things you've done in the past. So maybe it's time to think about doing something different. I've listed a few things that can help you take care of yourself and soothe your sadness. For physical comfort or nurturing, take a warm bath or take a walk in nature. Or simply go out and be in sunlight 20 to 30 minutes a day, which is a depression protective factor. It will help you from feeling those depressed feelings. Think about your wellness. Exercise. If nothing else, do some walking every day. Walk around the block, get outside. Nutrition. Be sure that you eat. You're not going to feel like eating, but be sure you do eat. Cook if you feel like cooking, or order in a healthy meal, but make sure that you eat. Broaden your perspective. Talk to a friend. Talk to a pastor or a priest, or talk to a counselor. I would be glad to help you with a wellness plan to fit your situation. My contact information will be provided at the end of this presentation. For entertainment, listen to music, but make sure it's upbeat music or music that makes you feel good. When you choose a movie, watch a movie, choose a movie that makes you laugh or makes you feel good. Remember to do the simple tasks. Sometimes when you're grieving, it's hard to remember those simple things. Wash your hair, brush your teeth, do the laundry, make the bed, wash the dishes, maybe cook a favorite recipe, but take care of yourself. And don't forget to nurture your spirit. Go for a walk in the park, go to church, meditate, pray, walk through a museum. Finally, be grateful. Being grateful. This will be hard, harder than usual for you at this time, to think of things that you are grateful for. But make yourself think of things that you can be thankful for, and list 3 of those things each day. Bottom line, it's hard to watch as life goes on around you while you're still stinging from the death of your loved one. But the fear of going through the holiday season without your loved one can be as difficult as the reality. Surround yourself with family, friends, and others who understand what you're going through. This will help you through the holidays and through this difficult experience. Choose what feels right in honor of your loved one. Even though that person is no longer here, remember that he or she continues to make a difference in your life. Allow yourself to enjoy golden moments when you can see the joy of the season peeking through the shadows of your sorrow. Your loved one would want that for you. Again, I'm Joanne Reints with Carbon County Memorial Hospital. I would be happy to assist you with a wellness plan that is specifically for you. My contact information is listed on the screen. And at this time, I will take questions from the listening audience.
All right. Well, thank you, Joanne, so much for that information. So we do have a few questions. What would you recommend saying to someone who is going through the grieving process?
Well, I would remind them to be kind to themselves, be patient with themselves, to take one day at a time, surround themselves with people that care about them, not isolate themselves.
Is there any kind of a time limit for grieving? How long is too long to grieve for someone that you've lost?
There's not a time limit for grieving. I was 25 when I lost my mother, and there are times I still miss her. So you're not going to stop missing that person. But if there comes a point in time when you feel like you're stuck, I think you should reach out maybe to a person like myself so we can put together a wellness plan to help move you onto that path of healing.
So you talked quite a bit about carrying on some of the traditions that you valued when you still had that individual in your life. Is it ever okay to skip the holiday?
Well, I think people are very tempted to do that because it hurts. I mean, they just hurt, and everything reminds them of that loved one. But part of the healing process is to get things back on a normal schedule as best and as soon as possible. So skipping the holiday would not be helpful in that goal.
Thank you. What do you do when you just don't seem to be getting over it? Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah. Again, yes, like I said, seek counsel. I would, if you have someone that you trust and feel like can give you good counsel, then I would definitely suggest that you talk to them. And again, I would say that to contact a counselor, a professional counselor to help you put together that wellness plan and maybe to broaden your perspective on what's going on.
Is it unusual that other family members may seem to be done grieving, and I am not feeling that same way?
No, not unusual at all. And in fact, we as human beings compare ourselves with each other. But the fact is, even though my sister and I had the same mother, she still had different experiences than I did. So when we lost her, we grieved differently. And the time frame's different because we're all unique in how we move through that and how we experience the loss. So no, it's not unusual that people grieve in different time lengths.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you'd like to add in conclusion to this evening's presentation?
No, but I do want to say thank you for this opportunity and for joining and listening tonight. And I hope you and your family have a blessed holiday.
All right, thank you so much. So we actually do have another question from a viewer.
Okay.
Requesting the information if someone isn't, let's see, what is the number if someone isn't want to be here? I'm not quite sure. So the only way I can address that is not fully understanding that question is the contact information for our services here at the Family Practice Clinic in Rollins is the 324-8494 is the number to our family practice location, and that's where Joanne has her practice. So certainly feel free to reach out, and we are happy to schedule an appointment with Joanne. Okay. Anything else, Joanne?
That's all I
right.
have. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, have a great holiday season, and feel free to contact Joanne if you have any additional questions. As always, you're free to submit those questions via our Facebook Live, and we will share those with Joanne and make sure that we respond to those questions directly. Thank you very much.